Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt as if the world was hiding behind a soft fog? Have you noticed that the sun feels sharper than it used to, almost like it's pricking your eyes instead of warming your skin? And have you ever wondered whether that morning blur is just getting older, or a sign your eyes are quietly begging for help? Hi, I'm Dr. Nana, and what you're experiencing is far more common among adults over 60 than most people realize. Many seniors think it's just aging, but that early morning blur, the gritty dryness, and that strange slow-to-wake-up feeling your eyes have aren't always inevitable. In many cases, they're signals, little reminders that your eyes didn't get the support they needed while you slept. The good news? You can improve it without pills, without drops, and without any complicated nighttime routines. Tonight, I want to show you something surprisingly simple. Just 3 everyday foods you can eat before bed that help your eyes hydrate, repair, and wake up clearer and sharper in the morning. If you're new here, welcome. I've spent over 30 years working with older adults, and I've seen firsthand how small, consistent habits, especially before bedtime, can transform how your eyes feel when the day begins. If you care about your health, and you're tired of being told blurry mornings are something you have to accept, you're in the right place. And if this is your first visit, feel free to hit the subscribe button so you never miss the simple, practical tools we share each week on Senior Health Boost to help your body stay strong as you age. Now, let's take a closer look at the first food on our list, one most people completely overlook. Let's talk about prunes. Yes, prunes. Most people think of them as a digestive snack, and while that's true, their benefits go far deeper, especially for your eyes after 60. Your vision depends on a delicate network of tiny blood vessels, capillaries, that deliver oxygen and nutrients to the retina. The retina is where vision truly begins. It's a thin, light-sensitive layer that converts light into signals your brain understands. And like any living tissue, it needs steady, healthy blood flow to repair and function properly. Here's the challenge. As we age, those capillaries naturally become narrower, stiffer, and less efficient. High blood pressure, diabetes, and other common conditions make this even worse. Even if you're eating all the right nutrients, they might not be reaching your eyes at all. It's like trying to water your garden with a hose that's bent and clogged. This is where prunes quietly shine. Prunes help keep your blood vessels flexible, especially the tiny capillaries behind your eyes. When those vessels stiffen, blood flow slows, and nutrients such as lutein, vitamin A, and antioxidants never reach the retina, where they're needed most. Imagine sending a delivery truck to a house, only to find the road completely blocked. Prunes help clear that path. They're rich in vitamin K1, a powerful nutrient that supports capillary health and keeps those fragile vessels open and strong. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging found that older adults who consumed more vitamin K1 enjoyed better blood flow to delicate tissues, including the eyes. But that's not all. Prunes are also packed with potassium, which plays a crucial role while you sleep. Overnight, the pressure inside your eyes can naturally rise. And for many people over 60, that pressure stays higher for longer, causing puffiness, swelling, or that foggy feeling first thing in the morning. Potassium helps regulate that pressure, stabilizing the fluid balance inside the eye and protecting your optic nerve from long-term damage. A 2019 study in ophthalmic research showed that seniors with higher potassium intake had a lower risk of developing high intraocular pressure, a key factor in glaucoma and age-related vision decline. And here's one more bonus many people overlook. Prunes also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, the same eye protective antioxidants found in leafy greens. These settle into the macula, the center of your retina, and act like internal sunglasses, shielding your eyes from harsh blue light and supporting sharper night and low-light vision. And that brings us to the next food, another bedtime choice that works differently but just as powerfully. Before we move on, let's quickly remember where we left off. Prunes helped open the roads by improving blood flow so your eyes can finally receive the nutrients they need. Now, with those pathways clear, it's time to protect those nutrients while you sleep. When you eat prunes at night, you're not just guiding essential nutrients to the right places. You're giving a layer of protection to the most sensitive structures of your vision. I once had a 74-year-old patient who agreed to try 2 prunes before bed for just 3 weeks. He came back and said, "My eyes don't feel foggy anymore. I wake up actually seeing clearly." That wasn't magic. That was circulation finally working the way it should. If you want to try this yourself, it couldn't be simpler. Look for unsweetened, unsulfured prunes, the kind without added sugars or preservatives. Eat 1 or 2 pieces about 45–60 minutes before bed. You can enjoy them on their own, or chop them into a little plain Greek yogurt if you prefer a creamy texture and smoother digestion. Another bonus? Prunes have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar. In fact, they can help stabilize it throughout the night. This matters more than most people realize because sudden blood sugar changes can temporarily alter the shape of your eye's lens. And when that shape shifts even a little, you can wake up with early morning blur or distorted focus. So don't think of prunes as just a digestion helper anymore. Think of them as the first step in helping your eyes repair, rehydrate, and wake up clearer. Now that circulation is moving more freely, nutrients finally reach the retina. But a new challenge appears. How do we protect those nutrients and the fragile cells inside your retina from damage while you sleep? Because the truth is, your eyes don't turn off when you drift into sleep. Even with your eyelids closed, your retina keeps working. It's busy repairing itself, processing faint light signals, and rebuilding key proteins like rhodopsin, the molecule that helps you see in low light or nighttime conditions. But that hard-working activity creates oxidative stress, tiny bursts of cellular wear and tear that build up slowly through the night. If those oxidative reactions go unchecked, they can weaken retinal cells, place strain on the optic nerve, and accelerate age-related vision decline. So your eyes need a shield, something gentle but powerful enough to protect them while you rest. That shield is pistachios. They may be small, but pistachios are one of the most eye-protective foods you can include in your nighttime routine. Here's why they matter so much. Pistachios are rich in vitamin E, a strong antioxidant that slips into the fatty membranes of your eye cells, especially the rods and cones that detect light. It helps neutralize oxidative stress before it can cause any damage. Studies have linked vitamin E to a slower progression of macular degeneration in older adults, especially when it comes from whole food sources like nuts. But that's only one layer of support. Pistachios also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, two rare pigments your retina depends on. These pigments settle in the macula and act like a natural filter, blocking harsh blue light and reducing glare, particularly at night or under artificial lighting. If you've ever felt blinded by oncoming headlights or struggled to adjust to bright screens, this protection is especially meaningful. And if you sometimes have trouble falling asleep, pistachios bring an unexpected bonus. They're one of the richest natural sources of melatonin, the hormone that signals your brain it's time to rest. Research published in Nutrition Neuroscience found that pistachios contain more melatonin per gram than nearly any other plant-based food. That means they not only guard your eyes, they help calm your entire system, setting you up for deeper, more restorative sleep. They're also a natural source of magnesium and vitamin B6, both of which support the optic nerve and help regulate tear production through the night. One of my patients, Linda, age 68, struggled with dry, scratchy eyes every morning. Night driving had become a nightmare. The glare made her squint constantly. So we added just 6 pistachios before bed, about 30 minutes before sleep. 2 weeks later, she told me, my eyes aren't scratchy anymore. And I drove home from book club without squinting once. Simple, natural, effective. If you want to try pistachios yourself, choose unsalted, raw, or dry roasted varieties. Eat 5 to 7 nuts about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. And if nuts bother your stomach at night, pair them with a small spoon of plain yogurt or a few slices of kiwi for added vitamin C and hydration. One thing to avoid, pairing pistachios with salty snacks or caffeine at night. Both can counteract their calming effects and undo the benefits. So now you have the second layer of nighttime eye protection. Prunes open the roads. Pistachios guard the path. Your retina receives protection, your optic nerve gets steady support, and your body receives a gentle signal that it's time to rest, repair, and reset. And now that we've protected your eyes from the inside out, it's time to explore the third bedtime food, one that helps complete the nighttime cycle of repair. Now that pistachios have created a protective shield for your eyes through the night, it's time for the final step: rebuilding. Protection alone isn't enough. Your eyes need to be restored cell by cell while you sleep, and that requires the right raw materials. Your body depends on nutrients that rebuild membranes, hydrate delicate tissues, and strengthen the structures that keep your vision clear, moist, and sharp. And that's where chia seeds come in. These tiny seeds may look simple, but don't underestimate them. They're one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3s, especially ALA, the form that helps rebuild the outer layer of your retinal cells. As we age, those membranes naturally thin and lose flexibility. That's when you notice dry eyes, slower focusing, or more light sensitivity when you wake up. By eating chia seeds regularly, you give your body the essential fats it needs to rebuild those fragile cells and restore clarity without strain. Researchers have also found that the omega-3s from chia seeds help calm inflammation inside the retina and support natural tear production. And here's something many people don't realize. Chia seeds also support hydration. When soaked in liquid, they form a soft gel. That gel slows digestion, helps stabilize fluid balance, and even keeps blood sugar steadier through the night, an important factor in preventing morning blur. The gel effect also supports the tiny tear glands that keep your eyes from drying out while you sleep. Instead of waking up with gritty, uncomfortable eyes, you give them a smoother, more hydrated start to the day. There's another subtle benefit. Chia seeds contain tryptophan, a natural compound your body uses to make melatonin. The better you sleep, the better your eyes repair. I once worked with a patient, Mr. Alvarez, age 71. He began eating soaked chia with banana and a sprinkle of cinnamon about an hour before bed. 2 weeks later, he said, "I'm not waking up with dry eyes anymore. They actually feel calm." If you want to try it yourself, it's simple. Take a tablespoon of chia seeds and mix them with a small glass of water or almond milk. Let it sit for 20–30 minutes until it forms a gel. That's when it's ready, soft, easy to digest, and more absorbable. You can enjoy it plain or add banana slices, cinnamon, or even a chopped prune for added benefits. If soaking feels inconvenient, you can sprinkle dry chia seeds into a spoonful of plain yogurt. It works fine, though the hydration effect is stronger when soaked. Either way, you're giving your eyes the essential materials they need to rebuild the areas time has slowly worn down. So now, the full system is coming together. Prunes open the roads, pistachios protect the path, and chia seeds restore what has been lost. It's not magic, it's timing, nutrition, and giving your body what it needs exactly when it can use it most. By now, you've seen how each food plays its own role. Prunes help nutrients reach your eyes. Pistachios guard your retina. Chia seeds support rebuilding from the inside out. But here's the real beauty. They work even better together. This isn't just a snack. It's a simple, calming nightly ritual that tells your body, it's time to rest. It's time to heal. And it takes less than 5 minutes. Here's how I recommend putting everything into practice. After dinner, during a quiet moment before bed, prepare a small dish. Add to prunes. Beside them, place 5 or 6 raw, unsalted pistachios. Then, make a small serving of soaked chia seeds. If you soaked them earlier, they'll be ready. If not, just mix a spoonful of chia with a bit of water or almond milk and give it about 20 minutes. You can eat the parts separately or mix them into a bowl of plain yogurt. Some people enjoy adding banana slices or a pinch of cinnamon for comfort and relaxation. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. Eat this combination about 45–60 minutes before bed, ideally without screens or distractions. Just you, your breath, and the knowledge that you're doing something powerful for your eyes and your overall health. Many people like pairing this ritual with a cup of chamomile tea or warm lemon water for an even deeper sense of calm. Now that you know the full nighttime routine, let's take the next step and explore how these nutrients continue to support your eyes once the morning arrives. Sometimes it isn't the nutrients themselves that make the biggest difference, it's the message you send your body. These simple evening choices tell your nervous system, it's okay to let go. You're safe. You can rest now. And that emotional signal matters just as much as the food on your plate. You don't need to follow this routine every single night. Life isn't perfect, and neither are our habits. But doing it most nights, especially when your eyes feel tired, irritated, or foggy, can bring a real, meaningful shift. Some of my patients rotate ingredients. They might swap prunes for a soft medjool date once in a while, or use kiwi instead of banana to boost vitamin C and hydration. And that's completely fine. What matters isn't strict rules, it's rhythm, intention, and giving your body the tools it needs to support you through the night. You're not just eating. You're signaling. You're letting your body know, it's okay. You can repair now. And when you wake up the next morning with clearer vision, less strain, and a little more ease in the way your eyes open to the light, you'll feel the difference. It doesn't require a supplement. It doesn't require a prescription. It only requires a few small bites, taken with care, consistency, and awareness. That's the ritual. And your body will thank you for it in its own quiet ways. We sometimes forget that the most powerful healing doesn't always come from a pill bottle or a doctor's office. It comes from the simple choices we repeat every day, the quiet acts of self-care that seem small but speak loudly to our health. What you eat before bed may look like a small routine, but to your eyes, to your nervous system, and to the tissues repairing themselves through the night, it carries meaning. A few prunes, a handful of pistachios, a spoonful of chia, each one playing its part, each one supporting the others. This isn't a treatment plan, it's a gentle signal, a soft rhythm of intention that says, I'm still taking care of myself. And that matters. Because aging doesn't mean losing control. It doesn't mean surrendering your comfort or clarity. It means learning how to support your body in smarter, kinder, more compassionate ways. You're not broken. Your body hasn't given up on you. Sometimes it just needs a little help, a little patience, and a little consistency. If you've made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you truly. Thank you for taking time to invest in your health. Thank you for showing up for yourself, not just for today, but for your future. And if this video gave you something useful, something hopeful, or something you want to try tonight, I'd be incredibly grateful if you gave it a like. Feel free to share it with someone who might need a gentle reminder that healing is still possible, that small choices still matter. Before you go, leave a comment below and tell me how your eyes have been feeling lately. I'd love to hear your story, your experience, or even your questions. And if you haven't already, I warmly invite you to subscribe to Senior Health Boost. I share natural, practical, science-based ways to support your health every single week. Your support helps our community grow and allows more people to discover gentle, effective ways to feel better as they age. Until next time, I'm Dr. Nana. Here's to calm nights, clearer mornings, and eyes that continue serving you with strength and clarity every single day.